All right, we're live.
Oh yeah.
All right. So this is the predictions episode for me and Thomas in the week 4 of the 2021 NFL season. So if you haven't joined us before on the predictions, me and Thomas basically just go through the entire NFL slate. This is more of a general NFL perspective than just the Bengals and Browns that we do on the main podcast. So me and Thomas are going to go through our picks and tell you who we think who's going to win. And then we'll be back with you on the predictions recap episode to tell you how we did. So we always save the AFC North games for the last, just because those are obviously the most relevant ones. But I guess Thomas, me and you can go ahead and start with. Before I get to that, I should probably mention this is a special Wednesday edition of the predictions episode because the Bengals play on Thursday Night Football tomorrow, and I'm going to be at that game. So I'm so we have to do all of this recording early because I'm not going to be. Normally we do these we record the episodes and we record do the live broadcasting and everything on Thursday nights. And it actually kind of works out because the predictions episode happens during the Thursday Night Football game. So if there's anything interesting worth reacting to on Thursday Night Football, we have that. But I'm going to be at the game, so I'm not going to be recording.
What you're saying is this is a special episode. It's a special episode, ladies and gentlemen.
He did that during the podcast too. So
we got to start adding sound effects.
Well, you know what? Get some good sound effects and we'll use them, I suppose. But
yeah, that's the basic one.
Anyway, let's go ahead and start talking about these predictions. Then we're gonna start with the Tennessee Titans traveling to New Jersey to play the Jets.
Titans.
Yep, Titans. Agreed.
I mean, I don't overthink it. Just say Titans.
You really don't have to overthink it. It's not so much like you don't really have to analyze it too much to say that the Titans are the better team here. There's not really much we really need to say about the Titans here. We just know the Titans are
better quarterback,
pretty good team,
better coach,
and the Jets are a pretty bad team.
Better city.
The Jets are a city.
No, I mean I'm just saying the Jets play in New Jersey. They don't play in New York, so
Well, okay, but point being,
would you rather be New Jersey or Nashville, Tennessee? Nashville be popping. Nashville's a fun place.
I don't know. I went to Nashville and it was pretty awful.
You don't like Nashville?
No, I did not like Nashville.
Dang, well,
the roads were stupid. Everything was shut down. I don't know. It was dumb.
I can't believe you didn't like
before
Nashville.
COVID, by the way.
Wow, this is breaking news here on the Battle of Ohio podcast.
They did have this one. They had the sushi go round place where basically there's this conveyor belt and it's basically just all you can eat sushi. You just grab
conveyor belt sushi. They have a conveyor belt sushi place in Nashville for real.
Yeah,
I went to
It was delicious.
I went to a conveyor belt sushi place in Japan.
Oh, that's cool.
So
that's probably better than the one I went to. The one I went to was pretty damn good though.
I only eat sushi in Japan.
That was my favorite part about Nashville, but most everything else about Nashville I thought was dumb.
I can't believe you don't like Nashville, man. You seem like a Nashville kind of guy too.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
You like country music?
I hate country music. What country music?
I ain't gonna
Just because I'm a Kentucky fan and I have a slight accent.
I got an accent. I got a Cleveland accent. Do you think I have an accent out of curiosity?
Do I think you have a Cleveland accent? Not.
Do you think I have an accent at all?
I mean, of course you have an accent. Everybody has an accent.
But can you what do my accent sound to you? Because we come from different cities. So do I have a? Is it like a heavy accent or is it
It's definitely not heavy, no.
But it's unique though, right?
It's I mean, if I had to place it somewhere, I guess maybe Cleveland. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I talk to you too much. I don't really
Yeah,
pick
you
up
already
on
hear it. Yeah. I kind of pick up on your accent sometimes, but it's only sometimes. You speak pretty.
You should hear like my dad. It's insane. Like you hear my dad talk like normally in normal life. It just hears like it feels like he's just like talking like a normal everyday human being. That guy gets on a microphone and it's like it's like going from like Cincinnati to Alabama. It's insane. It's like he'll be talking to be like, all right, guys, so I'm here today to talk to you about. He gets close to the microphone. We're gonna talk about Dale Earnhardt Jr. And then he goes away from the microphone. He's back to talking in a normal voice again. I'm like, damn, Dad. All right.
I gotta say, my favorite accent is the Canadian French accent, not the French accent, the Canadian French accent. Like this is something. Like those Canadians who have like a little bit of French in them, but also a little bit Canadian in them. So perfect. 10 out of 10.
I don't like the French accent at all, personally.
Hey, I think the French accent is beautiful.
So there is our expert analysis on the Tennessee Titans and New York Jets. It's probably all about all the analysis that game needs. Let's just go through it real quick. Derrick Henry, monster. Zach Wilson, trash. Okay, analysis over. Okay. Next we got the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Miami to play the Dolphins. Personally, I think this one's definitely a close matchup. These teams both definitely have their flaws, especially with Carson Wentz in that whole situation. But also with Tua Tagovailoa in that whole situation, and they're going to be playing Jake Brisket at starting quarterback, and he did all right. He did all right in relief of Tua Tagovailoa, but he definitely had his limitations. And the Dolphins as a whole, I think, have some serious limitations. I think I might be out on Brian Flores as a coach, to tell you the truth.
Who's starting at quarterback this game?
For who? The Colts?
The Dolphins. Is it going to be Tua or is it going to be
It's going to be Jake Brisket. Jacoby Brissett. Sorry.
Jacoby Brissett. I was say, why you call him Jake Brisket? Are you just calling
I call him Jake Brisket because like I keep hearing them say that on the Around the NFL podcast, and I like that. It's a cool nickname, so I'm going to call him Jake Brisket.
Shout out to Around the NFL. Yeah. So all right. I think you said you think Brissett's going to start.
Brissett is going to start. Yeah, Tua Tagovailoa is out for I don't know for how long, but I think they put him on IR, so he's out at least 3 weeks.
See, this is a tough game for me because, like you said, it could go either way. I mean, honestly, they didn't really look that bad.
It depends on which version of each team shows up.
Yeah. Let's see. How had the Colts looked this year? How many games have they won this year? What's their record looking like this year? Colts. My first instinct is the Dolphins. So the Colts lost to the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Titans. So they're 0-3 right now.
Are they really 0-3? That's kind of trash.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna keep the train moving. I'm gonna say they're gonna be 0-4 this week. The thing is, like, they had such a good year last year too.
Yeah,
their defense wasn't bad. They were just it was just kind of like they just had like a sneaky good. They had a sneaky good year last year.
They also had Phillip Rivers as their quarterback.
Yeah, man, but like his last year before he retired, he didn't do terrible. Like he hasn't do bad at all.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's a lot of turnover at quarterback all within this year because Carson Wentz can't stay healthy.
Carson Wentz is trash.
Well,
I was going to say that.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah, because it was like I had to work it in. I had to be creative with it. Okay. You suck, Carson. I'm going with the Dolphins. I'm going with Dolphins.
You're going with the Dolphins? Okay.
I'm going with Dolphins.
Let me go ahead and get that noted here. Personally, let's see. Let me take a quick look at the Colts injury report. I'm kind of curious to see something here. It looks like, They got a lot of injuries. Holy shit. I don't see. It looks like Carson Wentz should be on pace to play, I think, because he practiced in a limited capacity on Wednesday, which potentially, but I guess it depends on whether he practices tomorrow or not. But I think that bodes well for Carson Wentz playing. So I'm gonna go with the Colts here, because I think the Dolphins are just trash. Like I said, I don't believe in Brian Flores at all as a head coach.
I got you.
I think Jake Brisket is a perfectly serviceable quarterback, but I don't think he's enough to lift up this Dolphins team that just is just awful.
Okay.
Like I mean, especially that Dolphins offense. Like I mean, their defense is kind of up and down, but when their defense doesn't get it done, then nothing gets done.
Okay, I respect it.
The Colts are obviously having their struggles right now too. I think honestly, right now this could be this. This is another game that could probably go either way. But I think it's a battle between two teams that will not be in playoff contention this year. So it really kind of doesn't matter at the end of the day. But which is crazy because both of these teams were. I think the Dolphins just missed the playoffs last year, and the Colts did make the playoffs, right? So I mean, these were basically two playoff teams last year, or at least two. Like the Dolphins won 10 games, so the fact that they didn't make the playoffs was kind of insane. So
it just means that there's two more playoff spots that are going to be available this year. There's actually 3 playoff spots that are going to be there are going to be 2 more playoff spots that are going to be available this year because the Steelers and the Colts are not going to make the playoffs.
The Steelers and the Colts and are not going to make the playoffs. I don't think the Dolphins are going to be one of the teams taking that spot. I think the Dolphins.
Yeah, I think that's why I mean, like people over saying Cincinnati's not going to be a team that could make a push for that playoff. There's just a fluke, but no, I think I'm looking at it. I really do think the Cincinnati Bengals are a top 7 team in the AFC. When you say so,
for sure.
Yeah, there you go. Then why is this such a bad? Why is this a
Because the Bengals have been so bad for so long that nobody
and people don't believe in change. Yeah.
People don't believe in change being that quick. Like I mean, there's like, see, the thing is, there's always one team that goes worst to first every year. Yeah. There's always one team that has a top draft pick one year and then ends up in the playoffs next year. And the Bengals have been building. So I say, why the hell not the Bengals? Well, the reason why not the Bengals, the reason why people would say that, they don't think the Bengals are going to do it is because they just haven't seen it. This is year 3 of Zach Taylor, and the first 2 years looked like a lot of the same in both seasons, despite having wildly different rosters in both seasons. And you still had fairly similar results. So a lot of people didn't believe in the Bengals for that reason. But you're starting to see the vision pay off right now. And so with with so much turnover going on in the AFC right now, again, why the hell not the Bengals, especially with an extra playoff spot open?
Why the hell not the Bengals?
But anyway, as it relates to the Dolphins and the Colts, I think this is going to be more one of those games that's going to be relevant for draft positioning at the end of the year rather than playoff positioning. But I am going to pick the Indianapolis Colts, not necessarily because I believe in the Colts, but just because I believe in the Dolphins even less.
Okay. I respect it.
Next, we got the Houston Texans traveling to Buffalo.
I'm picking Texas. Not picking Texas again. Don't even. Let's not even have a conversation about it. So you try and like switch my words around. You sure you don't want Texas? No, Buffalo.
But Thomas,
Buffalo. Stephon Diggs is going to have
for playing okay against the Browns briefly.
Shut up, man. It's cool, dude. I mean, they're going to have Deshaun Watson back soon.
Look,
Buffalo, I know we don't talk about him on the podcast. We try to keep his name off, but rumor has it that he might be back.
So. Really, I didn't.
Maybe. Let me not say anything because like I ain't trying to lose everything that we worked hard to get. But
I don't think making a mistake on the podcast is gonna like tear everything down. Yeah. Okay. So Jay Glazer supposedly released something saying that something's brewing with Deshaun Watson, and that let's see. It's on NBC Sports, which, by the way, NBC, when it comes to like sports reporting, is like the most ridiculous. Like don't pay attention to anything they say. Like I really don't take anything they say seriously. But it looks like Jay Glazer, who is not exactly the most reliable source himself, is hinting at something going on with Deshaun Watson. So maybe, but considering the source right now, I'm gonna express skepticism at the moment. Jay Glazer also thought the Aaron Rodgers trade was imminent, so you know. But anyway, I'm gonna agree with you on the Buffalo Bills here. I think the Texans. I mean, the Texans have shown a lot more moxie than I think a lot of people expected from them. I think a lot of people expected the Texans to just lay down and die because their spirit's just broken. But people forget that this team, the players that make up this team, are paid professionals just like everybody else in the league. And if you just constantly like trash on them, they're going to use that as motivation, and they're going to get ready to beat your ass for overlooking them. That said, I still don't think the Texans are a very good team. So once that shot in the arm from the motivation kind of wears off, which I think it'd be wearing off by about now, you go up against a team that is starting to look like the same team that they were last year, by the way, in the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are starting to get things together after kind of a rocky start. And so I especially on the road, I don't see any hope for the Texans in this one.
Okay. All right, cool.
So next is the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. What you got?
The Las Vegas Raiders versus the Chargers. See, okay, so this is a good one. Because the Raiders have looked really good this year. They've been a cardiac kid type of team. You have a team that's been really like playing up and down, but I really don't think that I think that their luck is going to kind of run out this game against the Rams. You just said the Rams, right? Yeah.
What? No, the Chargers.
The Chargers. Ooh, that's a little different.
AFC West divisional game.
Ooh, man, you go first on this one. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's gonna be a good game. That's gonna be a good game. Go.
This is the Monday night matchup, by the way.
Ooh, okay.
It's gonna be a good Monday night game. Oh boy. Probably I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I've been picking a lot against Justin Herbert because I've been seeing some tendencies from him that kind of concern me. But obviously it's not making that much of a difference. The Raiders, I'm gonna harp on some of their tendencies here. Like I feel like the Raiders have been playing sloppy football and been getting away with it because they the teams that they've been playing have been playing pretty sloppy as well. So. I think the Chargers are the more consistent team right now. I think Justin Herbert is a better quarterback than Derek Carr, and I think that could make a huge difference in this game. I also think what's his name? The Chargers coach, the old Rams defensive coordinator, Brandon Staley. I think Brandon Staley is a better coach than John Gruden in at least in 2021. So I think the Chargers are just composed of better people, like better players, but better components. Not necessarily better people. I don't know how the Raiders individuals are as people, but the Chargers I think have the better individual components. And so, considering they're playing at home. Well, actually, that probably don't make a difference. It's the Chargers at home, and the Chargers notoriously have low turnout. And then you're in the area of like you're playing on the West Coast, so I imagine Raiders. It's probably going to look like a Raiders home game. But I still think
possibly because there's a lot of Raiders fans out there, man. So who you going? You going to Chargers? You said
I'm going to Raiders.
You going to Chargers?
Mm-hmm.
Man. This is going to be fun. I should start Henry Ruggs this game because there's going to be a lot of offense this game. Derek Carr looking good, man. You got to give it to Derek Carr. Derek Carr's looking good this year.
Derek Carr is looking good this year, but like, even in Derek Carr looking good, I think Justin Herbert looks even better.
Yeah, you know what? That's funny coming from you because you're Justin Herbert.
Doubter.
I was, yeah.
I wouldn't say
Um,
hater, but definitely a doubter.
hmm. Why am I having such a struggle with this? By the way, I had that when I googled the Raiders, I googled the Oakland Raiders instead of the Las Vegas Raiders. That's gonna get some time to use to. I see. The thing is that
It's been like 3 years.
okay. So the thing is, I think I think the Chargers are good, but I don't think they're that good. Yeah,
I
yeah. I mean, like, I mean, like, I didn't say, I did the same thing for the Raiders. I think the Raiders are good, but I don't think they're that good. So I'm gonna go with the You know what? I'm going with the Chargers this game. I won't agree with you. I won't
Okay.
agree with you this game. I won't agree with you. I won't agree with you. I'm going with the Chargers.
All right. So next up, we got the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Philadelphia to play the Eagles.
Okay.
I'm gonna go first on this one just
Okay.
because I just really quickly want to say this has got bounce back game written all over it. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to absolutely just destroy the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's not like especially after the Eagles got like embarrassed on Monday Night Football.
Uh-huh.
I think that's like with a semi short turnaround week. The Eagles only have like 6 days of rest, whereas the Chiefs have 7 days of rest.
Uh-huh.
I think the Chiefs are going to be much more prepared, and already they're a much better team in basically every single facet. So I think this is going to be a get right game for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Um. Okay. First of all, by the way, you notice that we're both wearing the same shade of blue right now. I noticed that because I just went on our live stream to see how we're looking on
I
live
don't
on
think
YouTube.
I think mine's a little darker.
Yeah, but it's a good little shade of blue. It's a good little, we both got a nice little shade of blue on. We're both wearing blue. And it's not here or there. Chiefs.
Chiefs. Yeah.
I mean, like same thing with the Jets versus whoever the Jets about to get smoked by.
Well, the Titans, yeah.
Chiefs. Chiefs.
Okay. All right. Yep. Chiefs. Both agree on the Chiefs. Next, we got 2 AFC North games, and then the I believe Sunday Night Football matchup that is going to be interesting television. Maybe not as interesting of a matchup, but definitely interesting television. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Foxborough to play the Patriots in Tom Brady's much very well publicized homecoming.
Give me the yeah. I want give me the Tampa Bay. Um, I don't. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be a blowout, but I just think that the Patriots are well coached and everything. Obviously, they probably want to have a good game plan coming in the game, and everything. But yeah, I mean, you just can't make up the talent difference there. Uh, you talk about bounce back games. I took my victory lap from last week. I really just think this game is going to be it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a very fought game, but I just think Tom Brady's just going to do whatever he can to just destroy the Patriots. Give me Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I don't know about destroying Patriots. I think this could.
I don't think he's going to destroy them, but I think he'll have a monster game, though. I think he'll have a really good game.
I'm definitely fascinated by this game. Like I think the Buccaneers are going to win. I think the Buccaneers are going to win fairly handily. But I also think that Bill Belichick knows Tom Brady better than anybody else on the planet, possibly better than Giselle. So I almost kind of want to say I still think the Buccaneers are going to win because I think the talent difference is just massive. But I also think that I think the Patriots could maybe surprise a few people in how close this matchup could be because I think Bill Belichick's going to come into it with a a strategy devised on how to keep his old stomping grounds buddy at bay.
Okay.
But final result, I do agree with you. I think the Buccaneers are going to win. So,
dude, by the way, I've been thinking about the Kansas City Philadelphia Eagles game. Nah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Nah.
Don't do it.
Don't. Nah. Nah. Okay. All right. Nah.
Don't do it, Thomas.
Let's keep on going.
Don't be like me picking the Chicago Bears over the Green Bay Packers.
Worst prediction ever. All right, next game.
Hey, you know what? I came kind of close when I picked the when I picked the Detroit Lions over the Green Bay Packers because they made it interesting there for a minute.
Those division games are always close.
Yeah, unless it's the Bears.
The Bears.
All right. Next, we got the New York Giants traveling to New Orleans to play the Saints, and I do believe it's back in New Orleans now.
Giants versus the Saints.
Yep.
I think the Saints are I just think it's more or less the Saints trying to get acclimated with the new quarterback and everything, and the change. Having Drew Brees at the helm.
Yep.
So I just think I think long term the Saints are going to be a really good team this year. Give me the Saints.
Okay.
Yeah, give me the Saints. Saints. I really think the Saints are going to be a good team this year. I really do think that. I just think that there was a hiccup against the Panthers, but beating the way they beat the Packers was very impressive. The way they beat the Patriots was very impressive. Give me the Saints.
Okay. I'm not entirely sure this counts, but I think yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and make this my big upset of the week.
Oh.
I think even though you suck, Daniel Jones.
Shut up. Here, that's taking my line. Love it though. I love it. But I look like you do it.
But okay, so here's my thought process. Okay, I think the Giants are a very bad team, but I think the Giants are also not a team that's not going to win any games this year. I don't think they're that bad. And I think it's going to be a couple of weird games here and there that the Giants are going to get things together. And I think the New Orleans Saints are an extremely weird team that can't decide if they're good or bad. They're dominant one week, they're terrible the next week. They're dominant one week, they're terrible the next week. Okay. Well, right now they're on pace for a bad game because they had their dominant game against the Packers. They got smacked against the Panthers, and then they handled the Patriots pretty well in Foxborough. So I think they're due for a bad game, and I think that game is going to come against the New York Giants this week. So, like I said, my big upset of the week prediction is going to be the New York Giants upsetting the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans.
Okay. And we're getting down to the wire, and I still haven't really picked a real upset this week.
There's not really a whole lot that's really eligible, honestly. Unless you want to pick the Jets over the Titans.
I'm not picking Jets over the Titans.
So unless you want to,
because I'll be big upset. I'll be big upset if I pick that as my big upset of the week.
Unless you want to walk it back and pick the Eagles over the Chiefs. That one.
No, I know who I'm gonna pick up my big upset of the week.
Okay. All right. So next we got the Carolina Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys. Two teams that so far have looked a lot better than I think a lot of people expected.
All right, who favored this game?
Who's favored? I'd imagine probably the Cowboys because it's in Dallas.
Never mind. So I can't pick it in the big upset of the week. Never mind. All right, but give
Okay,
me.
I think a big upset of the week has to be a big upset.
Well, who else am I going to pick? You see my pick. I'm going to look at the schedule right here. I'm going to look at
Chiefs.
the schedule.
Or I'm sorry, Eagles.
Dude, you understand? Like, hmm.
You're talking
Mm.
yourself into Jalen Hurts.
I
Do I
mean,
think
but
it's
he's not. He's not a bad quarterback though. That's my
no?
whole thing.
He's a good. He's like a mini Dak.
He really
He's like
isn't.
a young
He
Dak.
really isn't. He really isn't a bad quarterback for real. Like honestly,
Oh, he's a
like
good quarterback.
you go back and watch that game against the Cowboys. He really didn't look that bad. Like it was. It's not him.
Yeah, but the Eagles are a bad team.
That's true.
So,
But anyway, as far as this game goes, this is gonna be a very fun game for me because like Sam Darnold, man, he's looking real good. Sam Darnold's looking really good. But also Dak Prescott is playing on another stratosphere right now.
yeah.
So, with that said, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
You picking
I'm
the
going to
Cowboys?
Cowboys. Yeah, I'm picking Cowboys.
All right.
I think the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are going to go on a little winning streak here. They're going to claim the NFC East pretty early.
Yep.
See, I'm going to the Cowboys again.
All right. I'm gonna go with the Panthers here.
Okay.
Because I think the Cowboys. Let me just make sure I'm right about this because I'm pretty sure I'm right about this. But yeah, the Cowboys right now are on a pretty hot streak. Like they almost beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in impressive fashion, and even in losing that game, it was impressive. They beat the Chargers, they beat the Eagles, they smacked the Eagles. But I don't see the Cowboys. I see the Cowboys; they're a very good team this year, but I don't see the Cowboys as a team that's going to like get on like a really long win streak. I think they're the kind of team that's going to like show some inconsistency here and there. And so I think the Panthers right now look as hot as anybody in the NFL right now. And so I think they're going to get business done this week.
All right. All right. All right. I can see it. I can definitely see it. It's a toss up.
All right. So next you got the Detroit Lions going to Chicago to play the Bears.
Soon we're going to be the Arlington Heights, Illinois Bears. That whole stadium thing is very interesting. I'm literally reading an article about it on the Athletic right now.
I think they would still call it Chicago.
Yeah, they probably will. This is a tough one because Jared Goff haven't really looked that bad last week against the Ravens defense, but I really don't think the Bears are as bad as they played against the Browns. Andy Dalton might be back, right? There's a chance that Andy Dalton be back because I heard he's been taking snaps.
I don't know if Andy Dalton's back, they have a chance.
Well, the whole thing about Justin Fields was you need to give him protection, man. Like that man needs some protection. But I think it'd be honestly, if I'm the Bears, I would still probably start. I don't know, actually.
Justin Fields fully participates in practice. Andy Dalton limited.
I see. Look, I wouldn't be if I'm the Bears. I wouldn't be if I'm a Bears coach. If there's any team to play your rookie quarterback in, wouldn't it be the Lions? Like you have to play him eventually, and you can't. I mean, you can't just pull him. Like you don't want to just shock his confidence because he got freaking embarrassed by one of the best defensive ends in the league. I mean, so I mean, I don't know. So I wouldn't. I'll probably play Justin Fields for confidence. I think if Justin Fields plays the game, I think you have a better game. But even still, I think the Lions are due for a win. I think this is going to be a game. The Lions are pretty bad, though.
They are.
Well, I mean, they didn't really have an easy schedule. They played against the 49ers, the Packers, and the Ravens. And they didn't really get embarrassed in those games for real. I mean, the Packers pretty handily beat them, but it wasn't like an embarrassing loss. It was just like a handed loss. No, it's pretty embarrassing. I'm gonna go with the Lions.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Lions.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Bears. Because I don't think it really matters who they put in at quarterback. I think Justin Fields is going to be able to play well against a bad Lions defense.
Yeah.
I think Andy Dalton is probably the better choice right now, but I don't think it's going to matter against the Lions. I think the Lions are one of those teams that this year, until they show me a reason otherwise, I'm basically just going to pick against them most every week. Maybe not every week, but most every week, depending on how they're doing. They're pretty bad. I could see them picking like top 3 this year.
Yes, they are pretty bad this year, but no, I'm gonna go with the Lions. Yeah, give me the Lions.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with the Lions this week.
All right. So we got the Washington football team traveling to Atlanta to play the Falcons.
Washington football team versus Falcons. I still don't have a good read on the Falcons. Matt Ryan don't look that good though. You go first on this one.
Probably take the Washington football team. Like you said, Matt Ryan hasn't looked quite like Matt Ryan this year. Taylor Heineke has looked a lot better than I think we all thought Taylor Heineke was going to look.
Yeah, he don't look bad at all. That kid got hurt. You can say that for sure.
Yeah.
So I want to go to the football team in this game too. Give me the football team.
Okay. All right. So we're both picking the football team then?
You know what, Kyle? I've been thinking about it. I've been sitting here thinking about it. You know what, Kyle?
What's that?
Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I just been sitting here thinking about it. Wait, hold on, let me just double check one more thing before I say what I think I'm about to say. Let me see. Let me see one thing real quick. Let me just check one more. Yeah, Kyle, you know what though? I'm going to do it. I'm doing it, Kyle. I'm taking a shot in the dark. I think I'm going to pick the Eagles over the Chiefs this week. I think the Chiefs are going to start the season 1-3.
Thomas.
It's not because of the Eagles. It's not because I believe absurdly in the Eagles. It's because I think the Eagles can score on you if you give them a chance. But it's just the fact that I just think that there's something wrong with this Chiefs team. I don't know. Because Patrick Mahomes could just go all Patrick Mahomes on these motherfuckers. No, never mind. I'm chickening it out. No, never mind. I'm not doing it. No. Mama didn't raise no chicken. I don't know what it's telling me. Like, I don't know what it is. God, a force that I'd never heard of, a force that I don't know, whatever. Call me an idiot on Monday. Just call me whatever you want on Monday. Give me the Eagles. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, why did I do that? Why did I do that? We don't got no money on this yet, so you know.
Thomas.
Yes.
You're picking the Philadelphia Eagles to upset the Kansas City Chiefs.
I gotta pick a big
after
upset
they
this
just
week.
got smacked on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, you know, man, you know, it's a good little turnaround. They could kind of refocus themselves.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to get right against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Nah, never mind. Keep our prediction. Keep my original prediction. Keep the Chiefs. The Chiefs. I'm sticking with the Chiefs. I'm sticking with the Chiefs.
You know, I'm going to be salty as fuck, by the way, and you're going to be salty as fuck too if the Eagles do pull it off.
All right, dude. You know what? Look, Mama didn't raise no punk. I still believe I can out-predict you the rest of the week, the rest of there's 17 weeks in the NFL. So you know what? I want to go with I'm sticking with my original idea. You know, I gotta take risks. This is a big risk. Honestly, I mean, like, dude, you keep on making that face, but like, you know, I'm gonna stick with this one. I just think that upsets happen in the NFL.
They do.
Give me the Eagles.
Okay. All right. You do whatever you want to do.
This is either I'm either a genius or I'm an idiot.
So next, we got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to San Francisco to play the 49ers. What do you got?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out if I just made a dumb decision or not.
Oh, it's too late now.
You go first.
Okay. Let's see. 49ers, Seahawks. 49ers just took the Packers down to the wire
Yeah.
after a slow start. Seahawks got kind of smacked by the Vikings.
By the Vikings, out of nowhere. Out of nowhere too.
Yeah. So, but both teams kind of coming off of like not so hot weeks. I think the 49ers probably came out of that week looking a little bit better. But I think overall the Seahawks have looked a little bit better this year than the 49ers. So kind of, what take out of that what you will. It is in San Francisco though, and I think these two teams are pretty evenly matched.
Mm-hmm.
So give me the 49ers.
I want the 49ers too. People forget. The 49ers were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Honestly,
what does that have to do with this year?
Well, last year you gotta realize. What a very similar structured team they have now. So that wasn't that did just happen. But last year, you gotta realize how many injuries they had last year and everything that just everything that could go wrong last year went wrong last year. So and people always try, you always, in your mind you think bad team because they drafted a quarterback last year. But honestly, the 49ers is just a really good team. So give me the 49ers this game. Yeah.
All right.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Seahawks win, but
I wouldn't be surprised either. But if I got to make a decision, I'm going to go with the team that came out of last week looking not quite as bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So, final non-AFC North game we got going on here. We got the Arizona Cardinals traveling to Los Angeles to play the Rams.
That's a good game. Rams.
Yeah.
Rams.
I agree. The Rams are a complete football team right now. They might be the best team in football at the moment with Matt Stafford playing at Matt Stafford levels, and then that Sean McVay offense kind of complementing him so well. And then that Rams defense just, quite frankly, playing like you expect the Rams defense to play. The Cardinals have a very explosive offense, but their defense is just not, quite as up to snuff as their offense. The Rams are a much more complete team. I don't really have to think about this too hard, especially considering the Rams are at home. I'll take the Rams in this one.
Got you. All right, I love it. Now I'll get to the AFC North teams.
All right, AFC North teams. First one, we got the Baltimore Ravens and Denver Broncos. Very interesting game. We mentioned it on the podcast. This is a huge test game for both teams. Whoever wins this game is going to be viewed as got something going on, and the team that loses is going to have a lot of question marks.
All right.
Ravens are trying to prove that they're better than the team that, I'll say it, lost to the Detroit Lions. And then, also lost to the Las Vegas Raiders in very sloppy fashion. Broncos are trying to prove that their 3-0 start against the worst three teams in football actually means they're a good team.
I just think that the Ravens, I said they're going to get off to a high start because, Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
And the Broncos are playing at home in this game. It's really hard to bet against the Ravens though, because the Ravens are a really good team on the low. Even with all these injuries, they still find a way to win games. But Lamar Jackson's turning that ball.
Not.
Well, here's the thing though. Here's what I want to say, and I want to go with the Broncos. And here's why I want the Broncos.
Okay.
The Ravens, been turning that ball over a lot. And a team like the Broncos, they capitalize on everything. They don't take nothing for granted. I thought the Chiefs would be like that, but the Broncos especially, they don't take nothing for granted. They play very tight football, so they're going to take advantage of your mistakes. You fumble that ball, you throw an interception, then we're going to capitalize on it. And I just think the Ravens turned over the ball every single game they played pretty frequently. With that said, I'm going with the Broncos. I think the Ravens are going to be humble this game.
Yep. Thomas going with the Broncos. I think we can go with the Ravens.
Okay.
I think I don't quite buy the Broncos just yet. I think
me neither. It's a tough fit.
Like high quality offense and average defense going up against average offense and high quality defense. The main difference is I think the Ravens have proven themselves a little bit more than the Broncos have. Now, granted, the Ravens have, like I said, they are essentially 1-2, and saying otherwise is incorrect. And one of those teams they lost to was the Lions. But they also beat the Kansas City Chiefs. So, this is and in a game where the Chiefs played well, by the way. There's like let's not act like because the Chiefs are 1-2 they're scrubs. They played well in that game. The Ravens beat a good team in the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm kind of a mind with you. I think this season's going to wear the Ravens down. I don't think they're going to finish as strong as they start. But I could see them beating the Broncos in this game. My only thing is it is at Mile High. I don't know. This one could be a close one, but I'm going to stick with my prediction. I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Okay.
What about you?
All right.
You already
picked the Broncos.
Right?
Yeah, I'm picking the Broncos.
I already wrote that down. Okay. So then we got the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to Lambeau to play the Green Bay Packers. What you got?
Packers. Like this movie clip of Apollo 13 just came up and it said, Houston, we got a problem. That's what Ben Roethlisberger going to say. He's going to be like, Tomlin, we have a problem.
Shit, he might be saying Houston, we got a problem because Ben Roethlisberger, at the level he's playing, might be worthy of the Houston Texans. So I'm going to agree with you on this one here, just because there's not much argument. Like the Green Bay Packers are a fairly good football team. They might even be like they might even still be Super Bowl contenders. I don't know if I'm quite ready to say that just yet, but they are pretty close to being there. And the Steelers are about as far away from that as you can get. So, I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers in this game as well.
Very easy pick. You suck, Pittsburgh.
Very easy. Yeah, fuck the Steelers, man. All right. So next we got, let's see, the Cleveland Browns going to Minnesota to play the Vikings. What you got, Thomas?
You don't really think I'm going to pick against my team, do you?
No, but I want to hear you talk about it, though.
Browns are going to win this game. I think it's going to be a very I think one or two things are going to happen. Either is it going to be a offensive battle. If I'm the Vikings, I want this to be a shootout. Because I think the Vikings have a better chance of winning a shootout against the Browns than winning a grinded out game in the trenches. Because I just think the Browns, I just think that nobody, I mean, I know the Vikings do have good running backs, but Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are just unmatched. And they prove that over and over again. You do not want to grind out game with the Browns. You do not want to grind out game. That is not the game you want to have with the Browns. You want to get in the shootout. You want to force Baker Mayfield to be in clutch situations. And he's been 50-50 in the situations yet. He hasn't really proved himself to be the best in the clutch. But he hasn't proven himself to be the worst in the clutch. He's still proving himself. He's still showing himself the way he plays in the clutch. But with that said, even in a situation where it's a shootout, I still favor the Browns or the Vikings. I think the Browns have more offensive weapons than the Vikings, even though Vikings have a lot of offensive weapons. It's just a testament to how good the Browns are. So I'm going to Browns.
All right. I'm going with the Browns here too. Is I just think the Browns are, quite frankly, the better team here. I mean, the Vikings have been doing pretty good, but I think I think the Vikings could probably keep up a little bit more than you're thinking, Thomas, in a grinded out kind of game. But
No, I think it's gonna be a close game.
I'm not just saying close. I'm saying like in a grinded out type of game. I think Dalvin Cook can keep up with Nick Chubb.
Oh yeah, he can. No, Dalvin Cook. But look, I'm not okay. I am not. I do not want you to think that I'm saying anything against Dalvin Cook at all. It's not that I don't think that Dalvin Cook can't keep up with Nick Chubb. It is the fact that they got this other monster on the other side called Kareem.
Well, yeah, but the Vikings got Alexander Madison, who's been doing pretty good.
He's been doing really good, but he ain't no like Kareem Hunt's insane. Like I witnessed firsthand how freaking good. Like Kareem Hunt last game. I was sitting there watching him, and I'm like, dang, this dude is really freaking good. like he just man, like he's just such a like a spark of a runner. He's just such a man. It's hard to explain his game because it's so unique, but he's so freaking good. There's not many running backs to do what Kareem Hunt can do.
That's fair. It's fair. I definitely think the Browns have the better 1-2 punch at running back, but
Yeah.
I will say I wouldn't estimate this Vikings ground game at all.
I'm not. Please believe trust me, I'm not. I am, but I'm not.
That said, I do think we both believe that the Browns are the better overall team right now, at least as far as the roster is considered.
I think the Vikings are a really good team. I just think the Browns are going to win. Let's put it like that.
It's fair. Final game is the Thursday night football game.
Bengals.
That was quick. That was quick.
Yeah, I know how I feel about Urban Meyer. I ain't gonna go in detail because look, man, there's certain things that I just like to keep to myself. Bengals.
All right, so I'm gonna pick the Bengals too, but I think I'm maybe a little less quick to jump to that because I do think that there are some things that the Jaguars could do in this game. I don't think that the Jags are completely devoid of hope right now. I do think that Urban Meyer's a bad coach, at least as far as I don't think he was ready for the NFL, the way things
At
work
all.
in the NFL. And I do think Trevor Lawrence is struggling to adjust in certain areas, but I don't think that Trevor Lawrence is like not good. And he definitely has certain things he can do well. I can totally see the Jaguars giving the Bengals a little bit harder time than expected, especially because we're going to be missing our number one starting cornerback, Chidobe Awuzie, or well, he's probably going to be missing him because he's listed as doubtful. And we will be getting Trey Waynes back, but he hasn't played with the team yet. This will be his first time ever playing in a Bengals uniform during a game. Like he hasn't even played a preseason game. So there could be a few growing pains there, and if the Bengals offense doesn't get going hot right away, they could find themselves in possibly a little bit of a hole early if the Jaguars offense starts clicking. And I am taking the Bengals here. I don't think any of that's going to happen, but I am saying I wouldn't just write the Jaguars off. Like I do think that they could potentially make this a little bit closer of a game than people are people are acting like.
I think the Bengals are gonna have I think the Jaguars are gonna have a good first half, but I think by second half the Bengals are gonna take off.
That's certainly a possibility.
You know what it is for me. While I watch the Bengals, the first 3 games of the season, it always seems like as soon as that Jamar Chase, um, Joe Burrow connection get going, the whole offense just clicks after that.
Yeah, that's true.
Like every single game that they played, they had that one play where they had that one big throw.
Well,
and then after that,
did you ever watch like LSU back when Joe Burrow was playing? That's pretty much how LSU happened too.
But that's why I've been so excited because I literally envisioned this exact. That's why I've been so. When you was on here this summer, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, Bengals fans aren't sure about Jamar Chase." I'd be like, "Why?" The whole time I'd be like, "What is wrong with y'all? Like, do y'all not know what the heck y'all signing up for?"
There were some Bengals fans who were buying into like the worry about the drops and stuff. I'd say most in like I don't want to call them intelligent Bengals fans, most knowledgeable Bengals fans, most Bengals fans who actually like pay attention to like the day-to-day stuff knew that Jamar Chase was going to be fine. But there were like, the Bengals fans who, just kind of like listen to certain headlines or whatever, or like, the reactionary Bengals fans. Those were the ones who were kind of skeptical about Jamar Chase, but I wouldn't say most of them were.
So getting back to my original point though, it just seems like every single game, Joe Burrow has one big throw to Jamar Chase, and then it's just the whole offense just falls in place after that. And in fact, I might go ahead and start Jamar Chase in my other fantasy league. Thinking about it, since they're speaking about it right now, I actually already did. Okay, so I'm already because I said freaking Kenny Golladay. You suck, Kenny. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and start Chris Evans. Anyway, that's not here there. I just really see a big game from Jamar Chase this game. And especially since T. Higgins is out. And I just think that Joe Burrow, man, that Joe Burrow Jamar Chase connection is gonna be so fun to just watch. And I think honestly, this game, I think Thursday is gonna be you have fun tomorrow, man. You have fun tomorrow because I think Jamar Chase just is a fun player to watch. I think he's gonna go off tomorrow. So like, give me the Bengals actually. I think that's you're gonna have fun tomorrow. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow. Watch Jamar Chase do his thing.
There's gonna be that, and then they're gonna be doing the Ring of Honor enshrinement, like the inaugural class.
Oh yeah, I think second half. I think it's gonna be close first half. I think second half the Bengals are gonna take off.
I could totally see that. And if that is the way that happens, that's really going to energize this fan base. We're going to have a lot of fun stuff to talk about on the podcast if something like that does happen.
So, all right, real quick fantasy question. My other fantasy league, should I start DeAndre Swift or Chase Edmonds?
DeAndre Swift.
Who's going?
Is Chase Edmonds on the Cardinals?
On the Lions, going against the Bears defense.
Wait, Chase Edmonds is on the same team as DeAndre Swift?
No. Chase Edmonds on the Arizona Cardinals. Sorry.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Yeah. And so you got Chase Edmonds going up against the Rams defense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Say this out loud. You got like DeAndre Swift, who's this talented, good running back who's got a lot of going up against the Bears defense that's been kind of.
Well, he does play against.
This hasn't been the same Bears defense that we're used to. And then you got Chase Edmonds going up against the Rams defense. Like, what do you think?
Well, I mean, okay, I'm gonna go with DeAndre Smith because I picked the Lions to win this game. So if he has a big game in the Lions, So, but my thinking though, fantasy thinking, because there's money on the line. I'm just thinking to myself, well, what if the Lions get down big against the Bears? They have to pass the ball because
they're not going to.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not going to get down big against the Bears. Like, come on. Nobody's going to get down big against the Bears. I'm not saying the Bears
They
are
had
going to
57. They had 57 yards total last game.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I'm picking the Lions over the Bears.
Fair.
That's my safety pick for the whole upset game against the Eagles and the Chiefs. Go Browns! Anyway, get back on topic though. The Bengals are going to swap. They're going to smack the. He's going to definitely smack the Jaguars tomorrow. It's going to be a fun game to watch for you, man.
And I really am looking forward to seeing that happen because I do think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game in favor of the Bengals. But
and Thursday night games are best.
I do want to temper expectations a little bit, and like I said, just say that the Bengals are dealing with some key injuries. The Jaguars aren't dealing with nearly as many injuries, and Trevor Lawrence has shown flashes of being that really good quarterback everybody expected him to be. So, if the Bengals aren't careful, then if the Bengals like basically overlook the Jaguars because they just played like a really huge divisional opponent, and then next week they go to the Packers, and so it seems like really easy to overlook this Jaguars game that's being played on Thursday night. So I just really don't want them to do that.
Can I talk about one more underlying storyline in this game that we just completely just ignored?
Go ahead.
Before I get to that, let me say this. This next little couple minutes is gonna be about Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer, he's not a bad coach. I really don't think Urban Meyer's a bad coach. I think that he if he does figure it out, it can be scary on the NFL level. I just don't think that he will figure it out. But I definitely don't think he's gonna figure it out against the Bengals because nobody's gonna be more motivated this game than one Joe Burrow. Why wouldn't you be more motivated, Joe Burrow? Because you got to realize that Urban Meyer picked Haskins and JT Barrett over Joe Burrow.
Yeah, but
how can you not be motivated?
The best thing that could have ever happened to him.
Nah, that would motivate the hell out of me. That motivated the hell out of me that you're the best quarterback in the room, and the guy who's supposed to be this legendary coach didn't give you the chance. Come on, man. I'll be pissed. I'm just saying, like, if that's not you're telling me that won't be any motivation at all to Joe Burrow to be his old coach?
I mean, sure, but I think Joe Burrow is going to be plenty motivated enough on various other fronts that like he might not need to be motivated in that way.
I guess we talk about motivation, but anyway, give me the Bengals for sure for those reasons.
All right. Well, that's that'll wrap it up then, I guess, for today's episode. Like I said, normally these episodes are a little more eventful because there's a Thursday night game going on, and we're kind of reacting to that as we make our picks. But couldn't really do that this week because I'm not going to be available to film during the Thursday night football game this week. So, yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. Go listen to the main podcast. Thanks to Around the Block. We're on Apple and Spotify now. So go check out the audio-only version of that. Don't forget to rate and subscribe and review. I think is a big thing that we need people to do for that. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, the YouTube channel. We'll be doing stuff as normal as we always have, just with a little bit cleaner graphics here. And even those, like I know, like the Bengals helmet's kind of like on top of my nameplate here, and also we've got our new logo. But if I try to put it up on the screen, it comes like like as you can see, it kind of comes up here and like goes over the Battle of Ohio podcast name. So I'm gonna have to like edit this overlay a little bit and clean it up a little bit. But in general, I think it looks a lot better than when we were using Zoom.
I'm just sitting here looking at my record in my other fantasy league. Like I'm tied for first place, but I have the the fourth amount of. I have the second least amount of points allowed, or least amount of points scored, but I have the least amount of points allowed in the entire league. So I just had a lucky schedule.
Well, yeah, I was about to say literally all that means is just that like you
is that a lucky schedule?
Poorly.
Well, because I played against the other conference because my division's harder than the other division by a mile. I'm always in a harder division in fantasy. I always draw the harder division. I always suck. I never get to be the easy division. Never get the easy division.
Well, I suppose though, when you think about it, like, what does it matter if you're in the easy division or the hard division? Because then you get to the playoffs and you still have to play the hard teams.
See, man, you don't understand like this fantasy league is like for my restaurant, and it gets so freaking intense. Like it gets so freaking intense. Like this is the 5th year that we got it going, and like it's just been like we go at each other's neck in this league, and it's so fun because like it's just the history of this league. This is gonna be a league that I won't be a part of for a while. Even though I won't work there anymore, I'm still a part of it because it's such a freaking fun league to be a part of.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, y'all. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.